Hello everyone, welcome to the Unofficial Zoo. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about pinto shrimp and where they come from. Now, pinto shrimp, I think, originated around 2012, 2013, after the Taiwan bee shrimp varieties were discovered. And we'll talk a little bit more about why that's the case. When they first came out, pinto shrimp were extremely hard to come by. They cost hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the coloration and the pattern of the shrimp. And they weren't very common, especially in the US. Over time, more varieties have been found, the genetics have been stabilized a bit more, and they've become easier to come by. Some of the first patterns that were popular were zebra pintos, which have zebra stripes on the back, as well as fishbone pintos, which have the white spots on the back kind of look like fish bones, or a fishbone pattern. One variety that I keep that's really popular right now is the Galaxy fishbone, called Galaxy because of the white spots on the side of the head of the shrimp, which kind of look like a galaxy, especially on the black Galaxy pintos. I think they're really beautiful and I'm super happy to have them. So let's talk about how pinto shrimp actually came about in their genetic origins. The first thing we need to know here is what a Tibee shrimp is. So Tibee shrimp are bee shrimp, which includes the golden bee shrimp, crystal red shrimp, or crystal black shrimp, crossed with a tiger shrimp, which includes orange eye blue tigers, super tigers, tangerine tigers, or aura blue tigers. It is worth noting that bee shrimp are all one species, Caridina legemini, whereas the tiger shrimp actually are two different species, Caridina mariae and Caridina serrata. For the definition of Tibee, you can use actually either species of tiger shrimp. It just has to be a tiger shrimp crossed with a bee shrimp to form a Tibee. So once people started breeding these, this is actually where the Taiwan bee genetics came from. Taiwan bee include blue bolt, black pandas, shadow pandas, red wine shrimp, black King Kong, a few less common varieties including the green Hulk and the blue jelly shrimp. Now, when Taiwan bees came out, they took the shrimp world by storm. This was around 2012, 2013 that they started becoming available to the consumer, and actually triggered a whole reclassification of the Caridina shrimp that we keep and know and love into separate species. But we'll talk about that at a different time. So now we have these Tibees. We have these Taiwan bees that are a result of certain recessive genes discovered by breeding out Tibees. That still doesn't get us to the pinto shrimp. So while Tibees ended up showing beautiful patterns and beautiful colors, you started getting the tiger shrimp pattern, which is really cool, just a really, really cool, interesting pattern with a lot of potential, but injecting these red and white or red and black genetics that really just gave us a whole new perspective on what was possible with these shrimp. Some of the modern varieties of Tibees that are starting to gain popularity include fancy tigers. I actually have some red fancy tigers. The thing about these red fancy tigers is, the color isn't that great. You'll see that it's pretty blotchy. It's not super bold and thick. And if you were to look at my pure red line tank and then look at my fancy tiger tank, you'd be pretty disappointed in the fancy tigers, even though the fancy tigers were 2, 3, 4 times more expensive than even the nicest pure red line that I have. And really it's just come down to, we've had trouble stabilizing the Tibee genetics, other than Taiwan bee. So people started trying different ways of breeding these, different hybridizations, and one that came about was the Tibee. Now the Tibee is the Taiwan bee crossed with a normal Tibee shrimp, spelled Taitibee, to reflect both the Taiwan bee genes and the tiger and bee shrimp genetics. One of the varieties that came out of this was the original pinto pattern. Now these were pretty popular immediately. I'll show some pictures here of what some of the original pinto shrimp looked like, but they weren't super widely available. As they started to become more available, more breeders started breeding them out and started discovering more patterns and more variations of these pinto shrimp. Some of the first popular new patterns included fishbone and zebra pintos, which both are known for their white patterns on the back of the shrimp combined with a colored body. So either like a deep red or black body with, in the zebra pinto, white stripes on the back, or in the fishbone pinto, white stripes joined by a central white line, kind of looking like a fishbone pattern. Today, a really popular pinto variety is actually the Galaxy Pinto, which is either a red or black shrimp, maybe that has a fishbone or zebra pattern, but notably has white spots along the side of the face of this shrimp, which, especially in the black Galaxy Pintos, is called Galaxy because the white dots kind of look like stars in a galaxy. So pinto shrimp are really a variety of Tibee shrimp that are still taking off. There are a lot of new patterns. The Tibees I got, my black Galaxy Pintos, weren't too expensive. They're about $25 a shrimp, but there are still new varieties coming out. I saw a pair of, I don't remember what type of pinto they were, but they were beautiful. They had awesome patterns. They were black with white, as well as kind of that shadow blue coloration that comes from the blue bolt genetics. And I believe they were $900 or $1,200 for a male-female pair, which is absolutely insane. So in terms of pinto shrimp, we do have quite a few patterns that have already been discovered, but it's still kind of a new frontier for shrimp keeping. And I personally am really excited to start breeding my pintos with other types of shrimp that I have, start collecting more types of pintos, start breeding them together, and just seeing what I can produce from them. Because I think when we're talking about the genetics, especially of Caridina, they're one of the most exciting horizons for us, who really do want to explore and start breeding and interbreeding all of these different types of shrimp. I think those paired with fancy tigers are probably where the coolest, most interesting new patterns are coming from in 2019. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was educational. I hope you learned something from this. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. I would be more than happy to answer them. I know that as we start talking about the genetics of shrimp, especially Caridina shrimp, it does get pretty confusing. There was a big reclassification of Caridina into different species in 2014 that kind of shook the shrimp world a little bit. There's still a lot of misinformation about where Taiwan bee came from and where pinto shrimp came from, and how bee shrimp and tiger shrimp were classified into different species. So, with this, I'm really just trying to help clarify some of these issues and just make it more clear and understandable for people. So let me know if you have questions or clarifications, or if there's something that I got wrong in this video, because that's totally possible. It is super confusing. But I hope to do more genetics videos like this. I think we're just scratching the surface in this video of what's possible and what's been done with Caridina genetics. There's really so much to learn here. So I'm super excited for them. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it or if you learned something. Subscribe if you want to see more. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.